On Wednesdays, we wear pink. This famous Mean Girl statement by Karen Smith illustrates how controlling fashion trends and the following of them can be. Many people don't even realize how emotionally and socially affected fashion trends can be. For example, in the movie Mean Girls, after Karen states that she and her group all wear pink on a certain day, she completely ignored the fact that declaring to wear a certain color on a particular day was out of the ordinary or different. She showcased to viewers of the film, as well as side characters, that this declared day of pink was important to her through her stance and tone. Now, I could rhetorically analyze this movie all day long, but let's save that for Miss Duke. Though let's take this example of a fashion trend and actually break down what one is. Before I do that, though, I want to share with y'all a little bit about my love for fashion. You see, growing up, I loved all clothing, patterns, and prints. I was constantly mixing and matching any accessories I could get my hands on. I truly thought I was a fashion icon. Now, you see, trends are described as a change in a general direction, mindset, or behavior, and they're even affected by the spirit of the times. For example, take these flared jeans. They were extremely popular in the 70s as they represented freedom and showcased people's flowy and easygoing mindsets back then. They allowed for people to share how they like to dress. Yet, in modern times, we see the so-called mom jeans skyrocket in popularity for their symbolism against the sexualization of women. The mom jeans showcase a stance of women being tired of being told how to dress. Now, trends appear in society in two forms, macro and micro. Macro trends are the most important kinds of trends as they're based off of the opinions of a majority of people in society that typically stick around for the longest amount of time and have more than one function. When looking for a macro trend in society, take the scrunchie, for example. It was extremely popular in the 80s as it helped extend hair up and out, yet we still see the scrunchie today being used as it's not as tight around a ponytail than a regular rubber band, so it keeps hair healthy and strong. Now, micro trends become extremely trendy fast, yet they typically only stick around for a short amount of time. They only affect a small portion of consumers, and they have only one function. When looking for a micro trend, take the checkerboard print, for example. It was extremely popular in the beginning of 2021, but it's nowhere to be seen ever since. Now, in whichever form, though, fashion trends truly decipher who is in with the crowd and who isn't. Take Lululemon, for example. This brand has skyrocketed in recent years as its chill athleisure wear allows for women and men to look as if they're about to work out, even if they're not. Lululemon has a way of making people feel as if no one has the right to judge them. Yet with prices up to $70 per workout top, many people are left unable to participate in this crazed fashion trend of Lululemon. You see, Lululemon and many similar brands often draw a line between people and their emotions they experience when one can follow a certain fashion trend versus when they cannot. When they can follow certain fashion trends, they seem to associate themselves and their value much higher than if they weren't able to. You see, often seen through the purchases of high-end fashion items through companies such as Dior, Louis Vuitton, or even Lululemon, Karl Marx, a German socialist in the 1800s, belief of conspicuous consumption showcases how trends are established in society through the deep desire of people to show off their wealth, even if they're not that wealthy, just to be seen highly by peers. You see, people seek to buy expensive items because few can afford them, making them rare and unique. The rare and uniqueness that these products provide sets off a feeling of superiority among the people who can follow them. It's interesting that these products in which most people in society favor and adore are often the ones that leave people feeling bad about themselves for the inaccessibility. Well, you may be wondering then, why don't producers just lower the price of products so that more people can buy from them? We see lowering a product's price, though, can weaken a company's image or reputation. Often brands price products extremely high on purpose as they fear their product may die if it becomes too accessible. You see, if everyone has it once, why would you want it? This idea is supported by the reasoning that as more people have the same exact fashion item, less people feel happy and special than if they're the only ones with it. You see, people seek to buy extremely expensive items to achieve a feeling. Whether it be feeling special, superior, as if all eyes are on them, people are drawn to costly items, yet they typically only wear them once. It is believed that over $1 billion is spent on summer clothing that is simply thrown out after worn only once. This is because people only feel satisfied after they wear a clothing item the first time. For example, after wearing a red shirt for 5 days in a row, you will most likely get less compliments on the 5th day than on the 1st day, which may affect if you wear the shirt on the 6th day as overthinking can creep in. You see, people realize they won't be as happy if they continue to wear the same exact clothing items because wearing new, trendy clothing items makes us feel. Feelings associated with fashion trends can make us stop wearing a trend or even start wearing a new one. For example, you may love Billie Eilish. Therefore, when you saw her cool hairstyle with her green roots, you may have wanted to try to turn it out, so you changed your hair. You may have even adapted to some of Billie's clothing items and clothing styles and got some of the clothing that you see Billie wearing on the daily. Yet when you step back, it becomes clear that without Billie's influence, you would have never thought to do this with any part of yourself. You see, celebrities impact us through the media. Like clothing items, they make us feel certain emotions, connecting them to fashion trends. For example, when Kendall Jenner posted pictures of her Prada bag in both black and white, many people became obsessed. It became the latest trend, yet when stepping back again, it was quite clear that most people can't afford to spend $5,000 on a purse. Fears of not being seen the way you want to be seen are generated through the upbringings of fashion trends through sites such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and even Twitter. Social media allows for a wide variety of trends to be showcased. It also allows for people to show how they like to dress. This can be great, but it can be confusing for the people who aren't as confident when trying to figure out what they should wear. Often these people then latch onto others they see online, and we see the mere exposure effect in full use. This is when these people who aren't as confident see multiple pictures of these influencers and celebrities on the daily and adapt their styles. You see, now growing up, I loved Hannah Montana. I loved her. I had her microphone, her journal, her poster, and I even dressed up as her for Halloween one year. Now, when I look back at old pictures of myself, I realize I never would have gotten nearly as excited as I did if I never would have even, as I did to receive a bleach blonde wig and a sparkly fake microphone, if I never would have even watched her TV show. You see, people impact us. But the individuals a part of the upper class individual celebrities a part of the upper class don't just affect us individually. They can affect us on a social class group as well. You see, wealthy members of society often seek to buy extremely expensive items to satisfy a social and emotional need. For example, how many times have you seen Kim Kardashian in either Prada, Dior, or Louis Vuitton? I'm not even sure you can count that many. She covered her trash bins with the Louis Vuitton logo. You see, middle-class members of society often struggle to meet these same exact needs, as wealth plays a large part in this industry. Wealthy class members of society and celebrities are often only ever seen in fashion trends that are expensive and trendy, never the cringy or weird ones. For example, have you ever seen Selena Gomez in a JoJo Siwa bow? Exactly. We must recognize this invisible hierarchy system and pull ourselves away from its control. Many people believe that figuring out who you are as a person should be held as an ultimate goal in life, yet it is common for thousands of people to fall victim from the influence of others whom they idealize, especially through fashion trends. That is a core reason why fashion trends were established, through the deep desire of something else. Fashion trends attract our hidden emotions, yet with time apart from constant reminders of what more is out there in this world, you can begin to appreciate what truly matters to you in your life.